Hello everyone, my name is Juliana Melgoza. The topic I will be talking about today is bilingual education and the benefits that ESL classes represent for second language learners. First of all, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my experience as a second language learner student and the reason I chose this topic. I came from Mexico when I was 12 years old. In school, I was placed into English-only classes, which didn't really help me much. As an ESL student, I was sent outside by a science teacher during test time because I didn't understand the language nor the material. I thought it was very responsible of him because his job was actually to help me understand it. In another occasion, the same teacher called my parents because according to him, I was interrupting his class. I thought this was very unfair because all I have done was ask a classmate to translate for me the material the teacher was talking about. For me, this situation was very frustrating and confusing. Later on, when the school system changed, I was placed into ESL classes. I feel the professors in these classes were the ones that really helped me and encouraged me to pursue a higher education. There are different opinions regarding ESL classes for second language learners. Some say it's better for them to be in English-only classes because they learn English faster. Others say that ESL classes are better for those students because in English-only classes they get behind academically. Because of my own experience and based on research that have been done, I strongly believe placing second language learners in ESL classes is by far more beneficial for their academic development than putting them in English-only classes. According to Bell Hooks in her article Embracing Change, Teaching in a Multicultural World, it is the absence of a feeling of safety that often promotes prolonged silence or lack of student engagement. Students who don't understand the language most of the times don't feel safe in the classroom environment. This can prevent students from socializing with other students and making friends, developing a high self-esteem, engaging in classroom discussions, asking for help or communicate with the teachers, develop their academics in other subjects such as reading and math. Kids who don't understand the language are less likely to socialize with other kids. This is because they might feel embarrassed to talk to other kids and mispronounce words. When placed in ESL classes, students are less afraid of speaking to each other. This is due to the fact that they are most likely at the same English level and less likely to notice mispronunciations. In these classes, they are more able to support and help each other because they are able to put themselves in each other's shoes. For kids, especially those in elementary, it's very important to have friends. The fact that language can be a problem might prevent students from making friends. This can cause for students to have low self-esteem. Low self-esteem can have a negative impact in the child, not only personal but also academically. It also can affect the child not only in a short term but also a long term. It can cause students to lose interest in school, feel depressed, and not engage in classroom activities and discussions. The lack of safety in the classroom environment can lead to lack of engagement from students. Lack of engagement means that the students don't feel safe to participate in classroom discussions, communicate with teachers, or ask for help when needed. This lack of engagement can have a negative impact on the students' academic development because they're not going to be able to ask for help when they need to, and this can eventually cause for the students to fall behind academically. And also on their communication skills because they're not going to be able to communicate their opinions or needs, which is essential for kids to learn. Another fact we need to take in consideration is the teacher preparation. Most of the time, teachers who teach English-only classes are not prepared to assist ESL students. This can cause for a student not to trust the teachers, for there to be a lack of student-teacher communication, which is essential for the success of the kids, a lack of interest from the teacher to help his or her students, The teachers don't have a hard time trying to go back and forth, trying to meet the needs of all the students at different English levels. When a teacher is aware that he or she will be teaching a group of ESL students, he or she is able to design an appropriate curriculum for the English level at which students are at, is well prepared to provide the students with the help and tools ESL students need in order to succeed, have a knowledge of the students' first language, and this will make it easier for them to communicate with the students. A 5-year study by the Center for Research on Education, Diversity and Excellence examined 200,000 K-12 Spanish-speaking students' achievement in a number of urban and rural school sites from Maine to Oregon. It found that students in English-only immersion classes showed large decreases in reading and math achievement by the 5th grade, compared with students in bilingual classes or classes in English as a second language, according to Susan Black. This study shows the negative effect English-only classes can have on ESL students. It shows how when students don't understand the language, they can fall behind in certain areas such as reading and math. It also shows how ESL classes are by far more beneficial for students learning a new language. Even though there are many different opinions regarding how second language learner students should be taught, people and especially our education system needs to focus on the advantage ESL classes can represent for the success of these students. Many people think that the best way for second language learners to learn the new language is to put them on English-only classes. However, they don't take into consideration the harm this can cause to the academic development of second language learners. Second language learners need to be placed on ESL classes where they can have access to the tools and extra help they need in order to succeed on their education. This is it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Feel free to ask questions, or if you have comments, you can leave them below. Thank you for your attention.